Okay, in this video I'm going to discuss the Chicago Pro, which was this past weekend. First we'll start out with the 212. We had Grandpa Craig Richardson. You know, it's funny to me, Craig Richardson is, he's my exact age. He might be a few months older than me. We did the Teenage Nationals together back in 1994. And he still looks unbelievable. You know, his skin, everything is perfect on the guy. He looked awesome. Congratulations to him. He is another one who he made the announcement after receiving the award that he would not be competing at the Olympia, and that this was his last show. He wanted to go out on top, and he won. And even though he qualified for the Olympia, he's not going to be going. Maybe he'll change his mind with some convincing, but apparently he promised his wife, you know, a little vacation. And I think around that time, September, that school's back in session, and he works for the school system, so I'm not sure that he can even get the time off. But what an amazing guy! What an amazing career! He's awesome. Congratulations to him. And in second place was, who the hell was second at the Chicago Pro 212? There's my brain. That's my age. Anyway, I know fifth place was Adam Young. Sixth place was a kid from Peru, or I think he was from Peru. He was unbelievable, shredded, little dude, like 5'1", 180 pounds. He was peeled, looked great. And fourth place was my boy Lloyd Dalla. Now Lloyd Dalla, if you guys don't know him, he turned pro I think back in 2012. As I think he might have been a heavy or a light heavy, but he's been competing in the open. He's been competing as high as 235 or something. And we spoke a few months back about working together, and you know, he's worked with a few other coaches, from Hani to George Farah and a couple others, and you know, he just felt that they didn't entirely believe in him. And I looked at him, I'm like, this dude's got an incredible physique. So when we started working together about 10 weeks ago, he was still heavy in the 235 area. And probably about 3 to 4 weeks ago, I asked him, I'm like, how tall exactly are you? He's 5'8". He said, why? And I said, you gotta get down to 212. I'm like, your physique would stand out in the 212. So he's like, all right, whatever you think. Sure enough, we make it into 212. He looks outstanding. And in fact, nobody would have argued if he was second to Craig, because they had a few call-outs standing next to each other, and he was sharp. His front lat spread, his front double, you know, side shots. The only place he was losing was in the glutes and hams. And that can be rectified in the matter of 4 weeks before Tampa. He's from Florida, so he's going to do Tampa. And he's going to be sharp, so watch out for him. He was fourth. You know, he should have been higher. I can't believe I don't even know who was
Gene Carroll's.
Who?
Gene, let's see.
Who?
I'm looking right now.
Chicago. Anyway, I also had Michael Ergis, who was in the show. Mike's awesome. Mike ended up in 11th. I think he was way overlooked because he was sharp, big, full, thick dude. I also had Justin Randall, who's another short, thick, crazy looking dude. He's 5'1", 180 pounds as well. And man, he's never looked thicker. He's got a bright future. He's just got to keep plugging away. He's only 26 years old. You know, he was only 150 pounds when he turned pro. So he's good. Oh, that's right. Caleb Blanchard was second. Caleb is another guy. He's a tall 212 guy. I've always been a fan of his physique. In fact, I've told him numerous occasions, dude, you get your shit together, you're going to be dangerous. And sure enough, he was dangerous. You know, in fact, he was pushing Craig. And then in second was Adam Young, Craig Richardson. I don't know where they ended up. I don't know who was third. Maybe the Kuwaiti guy? No. Anyway. Oh, Fernando. Fernando from Brazil, who's been around a while too. He's won a few shows in the past. I think he's done a few Olympias. So he looked good. He was real thick up top. But you know what? I think he could have flip-flopped him and Lloyd easily. Lloyd has like a prettier, more shapely physique. Their condition was about even, but Fernando's thicker up top. Anyway, so that was that. You also had my boy Derek Farnsworth in there. Derek's another one. He's been around forever. He's 48 years old. He looked great. He's just, a smaller guy. Great presentation, great posing. Has a lot of fun on stage. Just a super guy. And then the Open, a lot of people saw me do the breakdown with Max Muscle Report, where I had Sergio winning. And when I say that, I had Sergio winning due to balance. Now people are like, oh, how can you say balance? He's got a weak back and a weak chest. Well, he has better flow throughout his physique. He's got great legs. He's got just enough back and chest. Yes, they need to be bigger. And he's got great arms, great presentation. His posing routines are unbelievable. Very entertaining, very charismatic guy. So that's not to take anything away from Michael Lockett. That's the best I've ever seen Michael. He was huge and peeled. He's got kind of a weird physique. Like his legs from the side get so dug out, so deep. His glutes are unlike anything. And he's crazy thick. But it's like the detail in his back. It's like two different bodies. Like it's almost like he's got that thick skin in his back compared to his glutes. But you know what? Everyone looks like they have thick skin next to Michael Lockett's glutes. Looking back, I could say that Lockett obviously deserved to win, but I would not have had a problem with Sergio winning. And I really liked Justin Rodriguez. I think when he nails it 100%, brings his waist in a little bit, he's gonna be one to watch. He'll be winning shows soon, but he's got to be 100%. And it was weird. As he posed, he got a little harder. His glutes were getting harder. Everything was getting a little drier. So he missed it, not by a lot, just a little. And those are the things, some people had him winning clearly over Sergio. And, there's a lot of things to consider when you're judging. It's not just size, because his arms are crazy. And he's got crazy thickness everywhere. But I thought, the call was made. You could argue any which way, and that's bodybuilding for you. I personally liked Sergio. And not because I liked him, I liked his presentation. I liked what he had. He needs to be drier, and he will be, but that's that. And then you had Brad Rowe in the top 5. Brad Rowe's unbelievable, hard-working kid. He hustles. He's fighting everything, fighting the genetics. He's got crazy legs, awesome condition, but his upper body's lacking. But That's why you show up. That's why you compete, and that's why you come in at 100% every time, because you never know who's going to show up, and you never know. You might be able to just knock off a few people, and that's exactly what Brad does. He comes back time and time again. He comes back at his best, and he knocks people off, and that was awesome to see. And who else was there? Cuba. I forget where he ended up placing, but that was his pro debut. He was ripped to shreds. Matt Cuba looked good. I forget exactly. So you had Lockett, Sergio, Justin Rodriguez. I don't know who was fourth, but Brad Rowe at fifth was great. So it was a good show overall. My wife did bikini. Once again, she got lost in the shuffle a little bit. I'm not quite sure how they judge bikini. I'm just, I give up. You had one girl, the girl that won was stunning. She was tall, exotic looking. She had quads. She had some muscle on her. And then second place was India Paulino, who had a baby 7 months ago. Congratulations to her. She's beautiful. She just got a way about her, her swagger. You can't take your eyes off her, and beautiful little body on her. My only criticism would be like, how do you go from this big statuesque woman with muscle to India, who's teeny tiny, 100 pounds, if 100 pounds. She looked awesome, but I don't, you would kind of think that similar physiques would end up next to each other, where that wasn't the case. So I don't understand the judging with that. So I'm not going to try to explain it or try too hard to understand it, because it's not worth my time. But my wife looked amazing. She's getting better and better every time. I have to be supportive of her, and I'd like her to stop and just make babies, but she ain't ready for that. So, I have to be supportive and be excited for her, and help her keep pushing forward and see what happens. So, but she was awesome, and that was it. There was a women's pro bodybuilding there, won by Jill Blondin. Jill was unreal. She, it was kind of cool to see, because they didn't pick just the biggest woman there, because there were some huge chicks. Jill was just conditioned and complete and looked amazing. So congratulations to her. The figure, I don't know who it was that won the figure, but the one that caught my eye was Autumn Cleveland. Beautiful girl, unbelievable. Skin, everything. She was lean, great shoulders. She could bring up her hams and glutes, whatever. But if you asked anyone in the crowd which one up there would you want to look like, it would be her. Like, every woman in the building would be like, man, that's what I would want to look like. She was stunning. So, I think she could have placed higher. But it is what it is. I enjoy these shows. I love going. I love breaking them down. I love, meeting new people and seeing old friends and seeing how the shows are run. It was a very well-run show, and that's that. I'll be going to Tampa in a few weeks as well. So after Tampa, I'd like to say I'm not traveling, but I'll be traveling the following weekend to Utah for guest posing. I guest pose in Springfield, Mass on the Saturday of the Tampa weekend. So I fly down there Thursday, fly home Friday night, and then guest pose Saturday. So I'm all over the place. This is what I love to do. I love being involved. So in the future, I may not be competing, but I will be all over the place, helping clients, helping friends, supporting the shows, being involved in any way possible, because that's what I love to do. So that's that. Till next time, I'll give you a review on the Tampa Pro and some more updates next time. Peace. Alright, this is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. Alright?